Hey music fans! As a roadie, I had this great opportunity to tour with all these bands. I wrote a book about my experiences on the road, and it was the #1 new release on Amazon and Bios, and it's now sold millions of copies on Kindle. I'm Joel Roadie, and this is my podcast, Party Like a Rock Star. I'm going to play you a guy. Have you heard of a fella named Dimash?
No, I haven't.
Bobby hasn't heard of Dimash, and we're going to change that. We'll have a bit of fun here with him. Bobby Reeves is a singer. He's been in the bands Crazytown, Adema, and his band Level. If you want to read more about him, you should do so at his website, bobbyreeves.com. Let's jump into this, and let's see what he thinks about Dimash. Okay, we were just talking about great singers, and we were listening to a band called Love Bites, which you loved, which is cool. And of course, it made me think, I gotta play you Dimash. And so this is Dimash. This is my favorite performance from him. His fans love him, and they question why I always play this particular performance, but it's my favorite of his. I think it's great. So I'm gonna play it for you. You can let me know what you think of this guy.
Perfect.
Обладатель Гран-при международного конкурса исполнителей эстрадной песни «Витебск-2015» Димаш Кудайберген, Казахстан.
Pourquoi je ris, pourquoi je pleure? Voici le S.O.S. Tant de rien en détresse. J'ai mûri hier sur toi. Je me prendrai boisson. Soldat de ma peau, je voudrais voler mon dans la voie. Je me sentais plus beau dans nous. Jeu de jour qu'au fou de la vie, avec les bons dessinés, j'ai comme deux zombies, tu métamorphoses, je sens quelque chose qui m'attire, qui m'attire, qui m'attire, voler, Pourquoi je vis, pourquoi je meurs, pourquoi je ris, pourquoi je pleure. J'y crois comme elle était notre monde. C'est
Dimash Kudabergen.
And then they give
Wow,
him
that guy's
flowers.
that guy's got a voice from somewhere else, man. Holy cow!
Yeah.
Wow, he's hitting those notes. I've never. That's not a type of music that I would normally listen to, but
Yeah.
he draws you in with his vocals. You know, that's yeah, amazing.
You
vocals.
just don't know where he's going to go. And the thing is, and he can do it.
Mm-hmm.
So-
When he goes low, it throws you off for a second too. You know?
Yeah. Yeah. So you enjoyed it?
Yeah, it was very cool.
Cool. All right. So here's a question for you. When I was doing my interviews, I was at a friend's house, and my friend's kid at the time, she was in 5th grade. She was with her little girlfriends, and they came out and they were all excited. And they said to me, we have a question you need to ask every guest. And I did. I asked every guest thereafter, and it was a great question. And the question is this, and the reason I ask you, and it comes to mind, is he's a young man here, this Dimash guy. And so this is where the question is. So the question is, when was the first time you felt famous? And bear in mind, it's coming from a little kid. So fame can be whatever way you want to choose. But when was the first time you felt famous?
Huh. That's a good question.
It's a goodie, huh?
Yeah. I think the first time was when I heard our song on the radio. I think that's the first time, because that's a child's dream. You know what I mean? When I started hearing my music on the radio.
And that's with
speaking
Level?
of Bakersfield. Yeah.
Level?
Yeah. And yeah, I'm a kind of a go-getter and hustler. So in those days we were, with Level. Yeah. And actually Bakersfield played our music, Crab Radio in Bakersfield, which you're probably familiar with.
Sure.
And we did a big show out there at the Dome, and it was packed, and it was just a moment where, when you're driving to the venue and you hear your stuff on the radio. And then I went to the store, and there was a picture of me on the cover of the magazine. It was called Bakotopia. It's a magazine.
Okay.
Which now I don't know if it exists, but then I was like, I'm on the radio, wanting to get something to take to the show, and I saw my picture on the, so it's one of those moments, and we weren't famous, but in that town we were, So just hearing myself on the radio was you get tingles from it, that's what you think of when you're a kid and you want to play music and have people hear it. So
do you remember where you were the first time you heard your song?
I was driving to the Dome in Bakersfield to play a show. It's actually an old, this guy named Chincho owned it, and he bought it to do like whatever he wanted types of events. He had boxing events. It's like a miniature dome. It might still be there in Bakersfield, but we were driving there, and I heard it on the radio. We had radio commercials, and did an MTV video release party there too. It was all on. When you turn the TV on, there was commercials coming on. Actually on MTV, when people used to watch MTV. So we had commercials for the show. So I just saw it in a couple different directions, and that was our first time signing autographs too. So yeah, I mean, I don't consider a famous moment, but it was a big deal. So I remember that the most, I would think. Yeah, for sure.
I love it. Cool. All right. So in between here, you and I were chatting about, we'll say, the greats. And so you had mentioned going to a funeral, unfortunately, and seeing Ozzy Osbourne there. So it kind of makes me think I want to play you a band called Ningen Isu. And as far as Japanese metal goes, these guys are the top, man. This is cool stuff.
Wow.
So I'm going to play you a track, and you can let me know if you agree with me and at what bar you set it.
Okay.
Hey guys, I hope you enjoyed the show. I now have a Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Discord, and even a Patreon. The Patreon you can join for as little as $1. The handle on all of them, it's of course, Joel Roadie. I'll see you guys on the next one.